Toji Fushiguro, aka the Sorcerer Killer, has appeared in nearly all of Jujutsu Kaisen's major plotlines. To put it mildly, it is commendable how he has been connected to the plot and the lives of various individuals in the larger drama. Toji has had a variety of roles in the world of Jujutsu Kaisen, including that of Maki Zenin's solitary motivation, Satoru Gojo's strongest opponent, and Megumi Fushiguro's father. It goes without saying that these roles alone, along with a number of others, make him a unique character throughout the entire series. 10 best things about Toji Fushiguro that you need to know. Number 10. Toji never backed down from a fight. Even when the odds were against him, Toji Fushiguro never backed down from a fight. More than anything else, he also relished the rush of engaging in battles, especially the challenging ones, as was clear from his joyful facial expressions. If Toji had chosen to run when Satoru Gojo appeared for the second round of their fight, he might still be alive today. His superior instincts warned him about what would occur if he chose to follow through with it. Yet he continued to stay and defend his honor against the mightiest sorcerer alive, all the while enjoying the entire experience. Number 9. Toji had a very cool head. Toji Fushiguro was composed and calculated throughout, no matter the challenges he had to confront, from his introduction to his ultimate demise. He was incredibly self-aware throughout every conflict, to the point where he was able to defend himself from opponents like Satoru Gojo. Toji's ability to control his emotions while focusing on how to win his battles was admirable and unique, to put it mildly. He always won because of his surprising movements and impassive manner, at least against sorcerers without godlike perceptions. Number 8. Toji was born without cursed energy. Toji was the very first person in the history of Jujutsu to be born without even a trace of cursed energy, making him the most egregious example of heavenly restriction. He was viewed as a wildcard by his own kind as a result, and the higher-ups didn't even feel compelled to give him a grade. Toji also made the whole Jujutsu community and every sorcerer fear him by making the best use of heavenly restriction to his advantage. Without any type of formal training, he developed his intuition and the rest of his skills to an unfathomable extent, defeated the most powerful sorcerers, and established a reputation for himself. Number 7. Toji always had faith in Megumi's ability. The treasured 10 Shadows technique, one of the clan Zenin's curse techniques, did pass to Megumi Fushiguro. But even before he realized his full potential as a sorcerer, Toji Fushiguro had faith in his skills and abilities. According to the Jujutsu Kaisen manga, Toji gave his son the name Megumi because he considered him to be a blessing for both him and the Jujutsu community. He also sold him to the Zenin family because he was aware of his remarkable abilities. Number 6. Toji became Maki's inspiration. Maki Zenin was influenced by Toji Fushiguro numerous times and in various ways because their circumstances were essentially identical throughout. Because of his significant effect on her, she decided to take a scene from his book The Culling Game as inspiration for her fight against Naoya Zenin's evil spirit. Toji's activities against the Zenin clan also served as a good model for her due to her perseverance. In a way, he encouraged her to prove herself as a competent Jujutsu sorcerer despite her weaknesses and to not be afraid to attack the clan when necessary. Number 5. Toji has always loved Megumi. Due to Toji Fushiguro's difficult past, he has committed more crimes than he can count. He was ashamed of his actions in abandoning his own son and selling him to the Zenin family, and there were other occasions when his sorrow was apparent. For instance, when Satoru Gojo asked Toji for his farewell words, Toji chose to tell him everything that had happened with Megumi because he was confident that Gojo would handle the problem and make things right. In addition, after being revived in Shibuya via Granny Ogami's seance technique, he chose to make the ultimate sacrifice in order to spare Megumi from his uncontrollable outburst rather than enjoy his second chance at life. Number 4. Toji made Gojo stronger. Satoru Gojo was content in his own world prior to Toji Fushiguro's arrival, confident in the strength of his abilities to defeat even the most skilled Jujutsu sorcerers. He was, however, forced to reconsider his strategy after he conflicted with him. After the incident, Gojo began to step outside of his comfort zone and refine his abilities so that he could use them as effectively as possible, securing his position as the strongest sorcerer alive. To add to that, it was also thanks to Toji that he realized the true power of his abilities, as he was able to find a trick like Hollow Purple on the brink of dying and produce his own reverse cursed energy to balance out his wounds. Number 3. Toji tried to suppress his villainous urges at first. Even though there is little information on Toji Fushiguro's past, it is well known that he married a woman who helped him leave the dark side and subdue his evil impulses toward jujutsu sorcerers and the Zenin family. Even though no one knows her name, it is evident that she was Toji's true love and the only woman to whom he dedicated himself completely. He was so devoted to her that he tried to live an isolated life and even chose to adopt her last name. But it was his deep love for her that, when she passed away, left him severely injured and more inclined than ever to fall to the evil side. Number 2, Toji had a justified reason for joining the dark side. For as long as he could remember, Toji Fushiguro had endured the treatment of a wildcard by his own kind due to a circumstance that was beyond his control. He even suffered from Zenin clan abuse when he was a young child, which left him with some long-lasting damage. He became acutely aware of the jujutsu world as a result of everything that had happened, which caused him to abandon the clan and turn completely against everything it stood for. Satoru Gojo is also aware of the serious problems that keep affecting the jujutsu community, which is why it is his only goal to unseat the conservative and self-centered upper management of Jujutsu Tech, an organization that includes highly esteemed Big Three clans members. Since he had been personally and negatively affected by the issue, Toji decided to handle it in a very different way. As a result, he developed a strong hatred for all jujutsu sorcerers. Number 1, Toji was deserving of the name Sorcerer Killer. Satoru Gojo and Suguru Geto, two of the most powerful sorcerers in the history of jujutsu, were defeated by Toji Fushiguro in a matter of minutes. He was also the only one who came close to murdering Gojo, who had jujutsu sorcery at his disposal at all times. Due to heavenly restraint, he did have a lot of strength, but that wasn't the main reason he was able to carry off such a feat. The main driving force behind everything was his brilliant mind. Even though Toji lacks the power and talent to compete with a sorcerer, his cunning mind, twisted outlook, and detailed knowledge of jujutsu make sure that he frequently comes out on top. The Sorcerer Killer is someone who can pose a severe threat to any sorcerer, regardless of how powerful or talented they may be.
And if you like this video, please hit the like button, and if you are interested to watch more of this kind of content, please subscribe to this channel for more updates.